Dehnhard-Muck is used to leading the way. She's the only woman in Europe who runs a major foundry. Here at MKB, just outside Munich, she's boss of more than 100 men.
Was haben wir im Ofen?
What's in the oven?
Messing, okay?
Brass, okay.
Ein Messingteil.
Did people here accept you as the boss right away?
It took a really long time. The first 4 years were very hard, but then it got better.
What was hard? What was difficult?
Being accepted, that and mainly the fact that someone from the business side should head a technical department.
Aurelia Dehnhard-Muck started her career in banking before moving to a pharmaceuticals firm. She hadn't given much thought to her parents' business until they approached her. Her father wanted to retire, and running the company alone would have been too much for her mother. They asked their daughter to come on board.
I accepted relatively quickly.
Why?
Because it was a challenge, and the opportunity wouldn't have come around again because the firm would have been sold.
This way, the foundry would stay in the family.
And then we worked together for 13 years.
Peacefully, mother and daughter?
No, not always. My daughter sat on the other side, at that desk, and I sat at this desk. It takes a lot of discipline for a mother and daughter to grow together. It's not easy.
Did you succeed in the end, or was it divisive?
Yes, we succeeded in the end, but it took a long time. It took 5 or 6 years to get used to one another, until we'd defined the boundaries.
Now she's been running the business for 6 years by herself. In that time, annual sales have risen to 10 million euros. Most of the castings MKB produces are used in the electric industry.
This part is for medium voltage. As you can see here, it's made entirely of pure copper, but it's partly silver-plated inside and partly lacquered.
When did you learn about the technical side?
There's been a lot of learning by doing. I learned technical drawing during my studies, but everything else, all the knowledge about the materials, I learned from the people here.
The foundry masters are directly responsible for production. Dehnhard-Muck has eliminated 2 levels of hierarchy, and she's introduced modern management techniques. Work processes are precisely documented and constantly optimized.
We didn't have all this in the beginning, it's just developed over time. It's important that the documentation and other processes grow with the company. We used to be a 10-man foundry, but we can't keep working according to the same principles. Now we have 120 employees, so the processes and documentation have to be right. We want to sell our products across the world.
Nevertheless, the foundry hasn't been able to escape the impact of the global economic crisis. A major customer recently cancelled orders, and MKB might be forced to cut production.
You've got to have a lot of experience to deal with these economic fluctuations with a certain degree of seriousness as well as composure. You can't follow the markets up one minute and down the next. It's important to exude a certain sense of calm and to navigate this ship through rough waters.
And in spite of the economic crisis, Aurelia Dehnhard-Muck still plans to open a new factory in India in June.